Welcome to this week's Supply Chain Update, brought to you by Phoenix International. Demand for U.S. import routes from Asia remains high, with carriers implementing space adjustments and blank sailings. Tight space conditions persist in Shanghai and Ningbo for the U.S. Gulf and East Coast routes, requiring advance bookings of 2 to 3 weeks. Yantian and Shenzhen offers better space for the U.S. Pacific South and North, though the East and Gulf coasts remain constrained. Some carriers update. On October 28, 3 Maersk vessels were targeted by Houthi forces in the Arabian Sea, raising concerns about security in the region. Wainhei ordered 8 more vessels, boosting its service flexibility on U.S. and European routes. Hapag-Lloyd will end its Asia-Latin America JCS route in February 2025, reassigning vessels to the Asia-Caribbean route with Maersk. CMA, CGM, invested in Morocco's Nadir West Med port, aiming to support increased transshipment in the Mediterranean. Yanming will launch 2 Europe East Med services in January 2025, enhancing its network in the region. The European Union's ICS-2 now requires freight forwarders to submit pre-arrival declarations, while the upcoming UST86 regulation allows e-commerce duty exemptions under $800. These regulatory changes signal a need for the industry to stay compliant with evolving standards. Moving on to rate information, Maersk and other carriers are applying peak season surcharges on select routes to reflect heightened seasonal demand. HMM and Yangming Line have announced general rate increases for late October, mid-November, and December, signaling continued efforts to manage costs amid tight market conditions. Current port congestion levels reveal moderate to significant delays at various key ports across Asia and the United States. Fuzhou in Asia is experiencing the longest delays, while in the U.S., ports like Chicago, Savannah, Miami, and Houston report elevated waiting times. These congestion issues could impact shipment schedules, emphasizing the importance of planning ahead to mitigate potential delays in the supply chain. Despite a freight demand slump, LTL carriers in the U.S. are raising contract rates as they expand facilities following Yellow's exit from the market in July 2023. Rate hikes are attributed to ongoing supply constraints. Longshore workers at Montreal's Maisonneuve and Viau terminals, servicing MSC, began an indefinite strike, impacting nearly half of the port's container capacity and urging shippers to expedite cargo pickups. September saw a 10.9% year-over-year increase in inbound volumes at U.S. ports, driven by strong economic demand rather than labor-driven pre-shipment strategies. West Coast ports notably outperformed East and Gulf counterparts. North American ports, including Wilmington, are investing in new cold storage facilities to support the growing demand for refrigerated cargo, driven by consumer demand for perishables and pharmaceutical storage solutions. And that concludes our update on the global supply chain. Thank you for joining us. We will continue to monitor these developments and keep you informed. You can follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube for more supply chain related updates.